Hi everyone. This series of videos is intended to introduce the Analog Discovery Board and the WaveForms software. I'm Professor Ram from the Engineering Department at UMass Boston, and I also run the Ubiquitous Communications and Networking Lab, or UCAN Lab. In this video we will focus on the WaveForms software. We'll first review the installation process and then show how we can actually assure that we are connected to the Analog Discovery 2, or otherwise known as the AD2 hardware. In the following videos, we will then demonstrate a few simple examples of using the WaveForms software to actually interact with the AD2 board. As discussed in a previous video, WaveForms is a software from Digilent that allows you to interact with various hardware, including the AD2 board. The software is freely available and can be downloaded at analogdiscovery.com/download. There are versions for Windows, Mac, and Linux, but we're actually going to demonstrate the Windows installation process here. When we open up this page and select the Windows option, we have a choice between 32-bit and 64-bit. If you're not sure about the computer that you're actually installing this on, you should first check to see what version of Windows OS you are running before making this decision. You'll most likely be able to find this information in your System Information panel, but if you're still having trouble finding this out, then Google is your friend. So let's go ahead and try this out as we open up this web page and select 64-bit. Now that we've selected our appropriate operating system, we need to provide some additional information. This is essentially the cost of downloading the free software. We need to provide our email address and then select Analog Discovery 2. We can then indicate that this is for school or for hobby if you're not watching this in preparation for a class. And then we can also specify the appropriate operating system, in my case Windows 64-bit, and then click Submit. Once the installation file is actually downloaded, we can execute the installer from our web browser, which will show up in the bottom left corner, or in my case I've actually already installed or downloaded the installer, so I will execute directly from my Downloads folder by finding the Digilent.waveforms executable application. Now once this started, we can select all of the defaults going through here and click Install to actually begin the installation. This should only take a minute or two, and once the installation is complete, we have the option to actually open and run Digilent waveforms. So as we click Finish, we find that if we have not actually yet connected our USB cable from the AD2 board, we get this notification saying that no device is detected, and then we won't be able to do much right now. I'm actually connecting my AD2 board right now, and since I have connected the board previously, my device drivers are already installed. If this is your first time connecting the board, then you will need to wait a bit until the drivers are installed. Once they are installed, you can select Retry, and the WaveForms software should be able to find that AD2 board. You'll now see the WaveForms interface that we will actually be working with. And in the next few videos, we'll demonstrate a few examples of working with the software in this interface.